Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Cryptids and Monsters special edition video. Well, it's finally here. I had promised everyone that I was finally going to debut my drawings for my Cryptids and series that I've been doing for these past couple of months. So the idea was, and I started this sometime last year, that I would start drawing. I'm a huge fan of drawing, and I would start drawing specific drawings based on my Cryptids and Monsters videos, and I would pick a lot of my favorite ones that I've talked about in the past and then give my own interpretation to them. And it's taken a while. My apologies on that for the delay. I was supposed to get this done by earlier this year, but when it comes to drawing, I just pretty much go at my own pace. So finally, when I finished the three, I promised everyone that I would debut them here, and here they are for your pleasure. Now, these drawings, they all followed several guidelines. For starters, they are all done in 100% just black ink. I also went by the guideline that I was not going to do anything pencil wise first and then correct it and then go over it with ink afterward. No, it's whatever my ink that I used touches the paper stays as is. So it's pretty much whatever's coming in my mind at that time that I'm drawing it. It stays as is because I consider it to be the truest form of artwork there as well. These drawings, by the way, you can't really tell by the size, but they are 6 by 8 inches, and they are using a paper that I have, a very specific drawing paper from a drawing pad called Stratmore, the 400 series, so they are also on that type of, I guess, quality paper. Now, also with these drawings, I've done several things. Number one, if you truly, absolutely want to see these drawings in its full detail, or as close to full detail as possible, I have posted them, the highest resolution images as possible, within my Facebook page, which I've included the link below. And then that way you can check out my drawings there. I'll even put them in a separate album so you can see them there. Download them all you want, share them all you want, use them anywhere you want as well. The only thing that I would ask for is like a gentleman's agreement of sorts. As long as you don't necessarily use them, let's say, for other commercial purposes or anything along those lines, then we're fine. But by all means, this is stuff for you, for fans, from me to you as a nice thank you for your continued support. So please take a look, download them, put them up. I'm pretty sure if someone has a chance, if they can put them on that Cryptids website too, like within each subject area, that would be really, really good to see. Now, here are the actual drawings themselves. Also, I'm going to sell this artwork to you, my fans. They're one of a kind, so each one is only one single copy. I finally decided that I was going to sell them rather than keep them to myself because, again, it's much better for you fans, if someone that wants them out there, then they'll have a one-of-a-kind original drawing done by me with regards to each subject matter. I'm even toying with the idea of doing smaller ones, like much smaller ones, almost like on notepad type paper, that'll be at a cheaper price and more personalized, so that way they'll be quicker, faster to do, and then that way if anyone truly wants them as fans, then I'll also do those originals too, but I'll save that for a little later. Otherwise, here are the drawings. The first one that I have is this one, the Genius Loki. This is my interpretation of the Genius Loki. It is my interpretation. It's very loose. There's really nothing when it comes to describing the Genius Loki other than the fact that it's a spirit or an entity of some sort that is forever trapped within its specific land. So keeping that in mind, I pictured something that was always struggling to escape its bonds within that very specific land, and always struggling and always getting angry at the fact that it cannot. I also based it off of the idea, there's the rumor that Session 9, the movie, that wonderful movie, well, the entity that's in there that's manipulating several of the characters may be a Genius Loki. So this is my interpretation of it. Obviously, I took it to more of an extreme and created a more sinister aspect to it because again, I was basing it off that Session 9 movie. But here is my interpretation of it. You can see the bonds at the bottom of it. They look like metallic, almost rusted. Again, with the Genius Loki, you can't see it, you can't hear it. But if you were able to see it, that's what my interpretation would be. And then the land around it just looking decayed, just looking withered, just looking unkempt, all because it just hasn't had anybody interact with it or have anybody there for a long time, probably centuries. So that is my interpretation of it. So I'll be fascinated to hear what your thoughts are with regards to each drawing that I did, and see any I guess information, whether it's praise or criticism for each drawing. And again, these drawings, you'll find them on my Facebook page, the full best resolution possible one, scanned images for yourself to download if you truly wanted to see further detail from them. Now here is my second drawing. This one I'm a huge fan of. I love this one too. Zaratan, which is probably the largest cryptid within the entire world, depending, I guess, on the interpretation of it. So Zaratan is, of course, that giant turtle-like creature who is almost the size of a small island. And here again, I was just following the rules. Whatever my pen touched within the pad, I just went with it. So in this case, I thought it would be like a almost gentle like turtle face of some sort, but obviously more skewed towards a non-traditional turtle face. So nothing like you've ever seen before, but still somewhat resembling a turtle. The very top is the shell, which I tried to draw and showcase a lot of the island in of itself. You can see some seagulls on the very top also flying across it, maybe some trees in there as well. And then I showed it rising above the sea, which is why you see all those streaks coming down across it. That's basically my interpretation of water, as big as this is, water streaming down across its entire face. And those little teeny tiny dots that you see near its mouth, those are interpretations of sailboats with one of the larger boats near its mouth, and then the other sailboats trying to escape it, as they suddenly realize, you know what, this is no island, this is something else entirely different. So Zaratan is on the move. So I hope you like this interpretation as well. I've seen others drawings of Zaratan, and I've kind of like took it in my own direction. I just pretty much added as much as I could. By the way, if you haven't if you haven't, I guess, noticed the pattern by now, I love extreme detailed artwork. That is my forte. So I try to add as much detail as possible within all of my drawings, and such is the case here when it comes to Zaratan. And again, this will be an original one too. And then finally, here's my last one. This one also extremely detailed. This one is my interpretation of Bloop, the cryptid that started it all for my videos. Again, there was really nothing to go by other than the fact that it's a very, very large animal, probably in leagues with Zaratan, if not the largest animal of all too. So no real description, no photographic proof, nothing that shows anything as a starting point. So I just went wild with it. I just pretty much put my pen to the paper and then started drawing it and seeing where that took things. And in this case, I thought it would look something more along the lines of almost like a whale, but with a very distinct head, like unlike anything you've ever seen before. I even added multiple eyes because why not? I mean, this is a creature that is unlike anything on Earth, so why not have something along those lines? And then I added the distinct, I guess you'd call them tiger stripes, just because it would look pretty nice when it came to it. Although living in the sea, probably in the depths of the sea, there would be no real need for it, maybe not even for eyes. But in this case, I added as much what my idea would be of what it would look like as possible. Also, it's supposed to be in this picture coming up towards a glacier and then showcasing the size of it compared to your average glacier, showing it that it absolutely dwarfs, in this case, your average large glacier. And so that is it coming up across it. But again, this is my interpretation of the bloop, the one that started off for my entire Cryptids and Monsters series. So there they are, the first three actual cryptid drawings that I have done. Again, please share them with anyone. If you wanted to share them on the Cryptids website, if you wanted to download them, they're yours to use. They're on my Facebook page. Now, as far as selling them, here's the information for it. What I'm going to do is I've added also on my Cryptids and Monsters Facebook page a message button. And all you have to do is, if you're interested in these drawings and I am selling them, I'm going to go ahead, and the final price that I chose is just a simple price, $100 for each drawing. I thought that would be more of a fair price, considering the fact that, again, these took a very, very long time to draw, and then also they're one of a kind. And I don't necessarily mean to toot my own horn, but with regards to my channel, it has enjoyed some pretty good success. So these are coming from myself with regards to my channel, and them being just 001 out of 001, one of a kind in total. They will be yours to keep, only ones to keep. I won't make any other ones like them other than potentially the smaller ones. I'm toying with that idea. I'm going to call it hotel artwork, in that I'm basically going to draw it on those pads, the ones that you see in hotels that you can leave notes on. It's going to be about that size. But as far as these drawings, the ones that I have on the professional Stratmore 400 series, they will all be one of a kind, so I will not draw another one like them on that size paper again. So that's why I chose eventually the price being $100 each. And what I'm going to do is, also I based it on just gauging over the years at Comic Cons and looking at original artwork there and seeing how much people sell them for. That's what I was gauging it on too. So the way I'm probably going to do the payment, I'm still finalizing it there. I was going to sell it almost on eBay, but the pricing there for the fees, they're just crazy. Same thing on Amazon too. I know they got to stay in business, but at the same time, it's really large, the amount of fees that they would take. Most likely what I'm going to do is use Pop Money, Pay Other People Money. If you have not heard of that feature, it's a fantastic feature. If you have any kind of bank account, most likely your bank has it too. And then that way you'll be able to send, once I select from the messages who I'm sending the drawings to, I'll notify you by then, and then provide the instructions at that point. So the whole idea is, if you're interested in these drawings, whether it's one, two, all three of them, just let me know. Either way, what I'll do is I'll please leave a message on my Facebook page in the message button. If there's multiple of them, then I'll eventually have to choose one. I'll probably end up just picking one from random, and then that's when I'll let you know of the instructions using Pop Money, and then I will forward it, the drawings, to yourself, using communication between each other. So eventually you'll provide an address, and then I'll send it that way, and I'll even send it using a frame of some sort. It's not going to be like top quality frame, but it's just going to be something to keep it still, so that way when it goes to your home, then if you wanted to change it to something else entirely different, it's up to you, but it'll help protect the artwork in the meantime. But yeah, that's it. That's everything I have on the debut for my new artwork. You're gonna love the one I'm drawing next. I'm actually doing, I'll give you a little tease, shadow people as my next drawing, and then I'll start working more, I guess, whatever the response is to this series of artworks that I'm working on, then I'll start working on more of them, and I'll let everyone know if I do decide to do the more personalized artwork series, which is that hotel artwork, the ones that's on a much smaller paper. Then I'll let everyone know how you'll be able to let me know for that, and then also what the pricing will be on that. And the whole idea is this will be more artwork for yourself that you demand. So if you're a fan of my artwork and you want something tailored just for you, then I'll be able to do it. Don't expect like this type of detail though. This will be much quicker artwork, but it'll follow most of the same guidelines. So I'll let you know if I ever choose to do that sometime soon. So anyways, alright everybody, thank you so much for your continued support, and I'll be able to showcase more artwork for you here in the future. So alright everybody, Thanks as always. Take care.